So a couple days ago, there was a attack in Boulder. Do you want to talk about that? I know it probably hits a little more home with you because you are Jewish, right? So do you want to talk about that, give your opinion on that a little bit?
You know, it does hit close to home. And what people aren't realizing is that Jewish people make up 2% of the entire world's population. And yet we are the target of the most hate crimes. And it saddens me that there are so many elected officials in this state at the state level who are Jewish, who I believe, in my opinion, run things through a political lens first and then a religious lens second. I hope to see that change. I think it is changing. I think this was really jarring for some of them. But that incident in Boulder, first of all, it further highlights the anti-Semitism in this country, in the world, really. But second, it highlights the broken immigration system that was allowed under the previous administration for 4 years. And it highlights what has happened in this state with Democrats doubling and tripling down, defending people like Solomon. Why did he have a driver's license?
Yeah.
Jared Polis. Why did he have a driver's license? Why are these migrants being given more benefits and more priority than Americans who are here? You know, Denver, the city of Denver is facing a $256 million deficit in their budget. And it is solely because of the amount of money that they have taken to fund the illegals and the homeless. Now, we do have an obligation to help the homeless.
Right.
We do have an obligation as Americans to help folks with mental health disorders. But one thing that this state did, and I'm old enough to remember this, we used to have state mental health hospitals. There was one out at Fort Logan. They shut them down. Why? That's where these folks should go.
Yeah.
Democrats argue for housing first policies. Well, you can't put somebody with a severe mental health disorder toppled with drug addictions, alcohol addictions, whatever kind of addictions, prostitution going on as a way of living. You can't just take this person and put them in a house and say, we're solving homelessness. You're not. You're not at all. And you're not helping that person because that person doesn't know how to cope. I just think being here my whole life and being a native and remembering when this state was a red state, it is sad. It's sad to see the decline. It's almost unrecognizable.
It's changed a lot.
It has changed so much. We had mental health hospitals where, you know, these folks would go and receive treatment because I believe, right, that these folks should be receiving treatment before they're receiving housing.
Yeah.
And receiving treatment in a hospital, that's housing also. But so many things have changed in this state, and it really is almost unrecognizable to me.
Do you feel like that's almost, I guess, bringing the housing for the homeless, stuff like that, almost kind of, I'm missing words for it, but just gives them more opportunity to do what they're doing that has put them in the homeless situation in the first place?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it absolutely enables them.
Enables was the word I was looking for.
Yep, it absolutely enables them. But then what this state has done is this state has created so many tenants' rights and squatters' rights, essentially anti-landlord rights, where folks just aren't paying rent at all, and it takes up to a year to get them evicted from your property. And they're doing damage to your property, or doing all kinds of things. And what is that landlord going to do? That landlord can come back and sue them, but you can't squeeze blood out of a turnip, right? And so the changes in this state have just become so progressive. In my opinion, the Democratic Party in this state has died. and it doesn't exist. And I remember when the Democratic Party was a great party, but I don't believe it exists in this state. I believe that this state has been overrun by activists and progressives.
So like a far left, more far left party.
Fringe, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I did see something on your XP, I think it was from U.S. National News or something, that says Colorado was ranked the second most dangerous state, which that was crazy because I remember at one point it was like, oh, all these great cities are here. And then to see that, I was like, whoa, like,
right.
What's going on?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But when you allow a 15-year-old illegal going 90 miles an hour in a 45 to kill beautiful Caitlin Weaver, 24 years old, Aurora resident, and you give this 15-year-old illegal 3 years probation,
that's wild.
You have made crime legal. You've made it legal. What is probation?
No repercussions.
You're gonna monitor this person for, that's not a punishment. You have made murder legal. In this state, when sentences like that are being handed out, and they're being handed out left and right, I don't know that I'm even shocked to see that we're second in the nation for crime.
I also seen that you had reposted something about crime being down in Aurora.
In Aurora.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. Overall, crime in Aurora is down 22% currently, which is huge. The crime rate is still too high for me, but it's down and we're trending down. We have a strong police chief in command at the helm right now. Morale of the police department is being rebuilt. We have put policies in place that have helped with that. Mandatory minimum jail sentences. The pursuit policy is back in place. Police will chase you if you have committed a crime. I am very, very proud. You know, I have been on this council. I'm into my 4th year. My first year on this council, I served as the vice chair of the Public Safety Committee. In the past 3 years, I have served as the chair of the Public Safety Committee. So the crime rate being down in Aurora, I take great pride in that. I take great pride in that. I also take it very, very personally, the death of Caitlin Weaver. Like I said, a young 24-year-old, beautiful woman who was driving home from work. Her boyfriend was at home waiting for her. And a 15-year-old illegal immigrant with small children in the car with him hit her at 90 miles per hour in a 45 zone, and she was killed instantly.
This just happened, or when did God? Honestly,
it happened last summer.
Last summer, okay.
Which
is obviously when things started getting pretty big with them.
The sentencing was just about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I spoke to Caitlin Weaver's father, and I vowed to him that this isn't over.
Yeah.
This is not over. I will do everything in my power to protect the people of Aurora. I have proven that multiple times. I've even put myself in scary situations going into these apartment complexes where the Venezuelan gangs were at to try and protect people. So I have proven that under my watch, I take the safety of the people of Aurora very seriously.
Right, yeah. And yeah, I mean, you going out there, you know, boots on the ground shows like how serious you are. I feel like most, you know, people involved with politics probably wouldn't do that. So I respect that. I commend that.
Thank you.